Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right. So I knew when I released that video last night, you guys would like that bit of news. Not happy about when they're talking about possibly doing it, but at least it's good news. We got an idea of what it is they want to do with the exchange rate. 12-1 is not bad at all. And yes, I did wait to find out how many people were going to speak about it. Like I did last time, there was some good news. It's just funny that everybody relies on these people telling you things, but they can't explain to you whenever something comes out that's really good news. So much for calm people guru. Anyways, let's get into the news, shall we? So the Kurdish delegation headed to Baghdad to discuss the 2024 budget and salaries. See, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to what's going on with Kurdistan as well as Baghdad. How many times have we heard them say, oh, they did a handshake, they agree upon this, they agree upon that, and still delegations have to go over and negotiate for their part of the budget. It must be frustrating for Kurdistan. A source told the news a Kurdish delegation from the Kurdistan region will go to Baghdad next week, noting that the Kurdish delegation will discuss with government agencies in Baghdad the files for 2024 and the region's share of it, as well as the delayed salaries of Kurdistan employees. That's another thing, too. To be working in Iraq must be a pain in the ass, especially when these people take a long-ass time to give you their salaries. Earlier, a delegation representing teachers and employees who met with Federal Prime Minister al-Sudani revealed the details of the meeting and the promises made by the latter to improve the living conditions of citizens of Kurdistan similar to the rest of Iraqi provinces. A delegation confirmed that the Sudanese promised to solve the salary problems after submitting the 2024 budget to the Iraqi parliament this month. Why are they submitting it to the parliament? Didn't they already get a 3-year budget approval? Approved? Parliament is waiting the 2024 budget. What are the most prominent changes expected? I tell you, as an investor, what we're expecting, it'd be nice if they implemented that 12-1 rule now instead of 2026. The Parliament Finance Committee confirmed today that the House of Representatives is awaiting the arrival of the 2024 budget schedules for the Council of Ministers to review and vote on them. So much for passing a 3-year budget. Now, here we go again. A 2024 budget is here, and we got to wait for them to vote on it. Keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully, they'll implement the 12-1 rule now. That would be sweet. Committee member told the news that House of Representatives is awaiting the arrival of the 2024 budget schedules so that they can review and vote on them. The government cannot spend anything different from the previous budget unless it is informed and approved by the Parliament. Now, you notice that the government cannot spend anything different. Spend anything different. Just throwing that out there. Cougar stated, we believe that the 2024 budget schedules and the disbursements will be different from the 2023 budget. And that is why we are awaiting their arrival at the beginning of the new legislation term in the middle of this month. And we believe that passing them will be easy without any obstacles. Last month, Parliament voted on a 3-year budget worth 199 trillion dinars per year, while the current year 2024 budget is expected to witness changes in some details, including the mechanism for paying the Kurdistan region's share, the cost extracting a barrel of oil in the region, the share of the foreign companies, and leaking the salaries of employees, Kurdistan and Baghdad directly, always from the financial disputes between Baghdad and Erbil. So the cost of extracting a barrel of oil, they should change that. I think they set it too high last time. I think they should lower that just because there's major plans by the World Economic Forum to shut us down all over again. Al-Sudani, we launched the year of achievements in 2024. Yeah, we heard these promises. Let's hope that they can come through. Today, the Prime Minister Al-Sudani confirmed the launch of the second semi-annual report on the government's work during this month. And while he indicated that the government's path chose to build confidence and fulfill promises to the people, he indicated that the shift to electronic payments must be circulated in all ministries within 6 months. So 100% cashless within 6 months. That's one thing that I am concerned about, with good reason. He stressed the need for local governments to compete in providing services. The Prime Minister said in his speech during the Council of Ministers session, which was followed by NRT Arabic that the government named 2024 the mother of achievements as an affirmation of our path that chose to build confidence and fulfill promises to the people, noted that we will launch the second semi-annual report on the government's working during this month. International institutions have confirmed that Iraq has laid sound foundations for reforming the financial sector, noting international financial institutions have given the green light to invest in Iraq, and this is confirmation of the existence of financial reform and stability. The shift to electronic payments must be widespread in all ministries within 6 months, and there will be no return to cash. Listen to this. There will be no return to cash. So we got 6 months to find out exactly what the hell Iraq is going to do to the Iraqi dinars and how that affects those holding on to the Iraqi dinars. Pointed out that a new lagging project should not be allowed to be added to the government's work because they involve the waste of the public money and delay in service provisions. Some want to obstruct the government with biased positions, explaining, "We will not allow any internal or external forces to obstruct the government's work in fulfilling its duties." He pointed out that no force should be allowed to try to push the state into mazes, pointing out that there are parties that are offended by the country's progress and success. The government's completed the Provisional Council Electronics with all professionalism, stressing the need for there to be competition between local governments in providing services and every achievement in it the interest of the state. The Prime Minister called on supervisory institutions to continue their supervisory and professional role, stressing that there is an evaluation of the minister's work to determine the reality of performance and evaluate it on what has been accomplished. So we're talking about the World Economic Forum is pushing real quick. This was supposed to take place in 2025, but then now that Donald Trump is just smashing everybody, and I mean smashing everybody, at the possibility of being the president, they are pushing their agenda as quickly as possible on nations. 6 months. 6 months we're going to find out whether or not these piece of papers that we hold that have the dinar on it are going to be worth the crap. The Sudanese advisor clarifies a basic condition for amending the tripartite general budget. The economic and financial advisor to the Prime Minister, Saleh, confirmed today, Tuesday, the federal government has a right to amend some variables in the tripartite government budget if necessary. Saleh told the news that if the executive authority finds a basic need to amend some variables in the current tripartite government budget, the House of Representatives can be approached for the purpose of obtaining a legislative decision regarding the amendment requested by the executive authority. Saleh added, an amendment can then be made to some paragraphs of the legally approved budget if so desired. It is noteworthy that the Prime Minister, Sudani, announced that the government would continue efforts to amend the budget law in order to separate the salaries from any complications surrounding the financial files between the federal government and the Kurdistan region of Iraq. So yes, it's good news that we're talking about 12-to-1 possible exchange rate. Unfortunately, it's supposed to be done in 2026. And you have al-Sudani pushing for Iraq to be 100% cashless by the middle of this year, a whole year and a half ahead of time. Anyways, I'm curious to see what you guys think. Let me know. Put the comment down below, and I'll get back at you later. I'm out.